Okay, this is going to be a bit more of a personal video. Yes, I am going to take a bit out of religion and other things, but this is also more to do with, why I'm an atheist. Why I don't accept feelings or personal experiences and whatnot as evidence for God or religion or anything else. And I think it's sort of also to explain, you know, certain things about the way we think. At least it seems to me. I'm no expert on cognitive dissonance and anything like that, so don't quote me as, a scientist or anything. This is just my feelings. And this goes down to the irrationality of feelings. We all hold feelings, beliefs, and ideas that are irrational. I think everyone does. Even the most rational person still holds, at the very least deep inside them, something that they know is wrong, but they still feel it. They still think it. With me, it's to do with the dream I posted last year. There should be a link below if I can find the video. YouTube makes it kind of hard to find your older videos now unless you want to spend hours looking through them. But this old video was about a dream I had when I was around 20, maybe actually probably about closer to 15. In it, I'm sitting in this cave and I hear a voice and it tells me to become an eagle. And ever since then, I've been stuck with this feeling and desire to become an eagle. It's stupid, irrational. But I can't deny it. I can't deny that the feeling is there. I don't think there's a rational explanation. I don't think there even is an explanation for it. Other than it's just the way the brain works. There is, say rational, I'm not actually an eagle. I'm not gonna turn into anything like that. But it's still there. I realize it's stupid, it's silly, it's nonsensical, it's dumb, but it's still there. And to me, this is kind of why I don't accept, when Christians tell me, they had a dream or they had a religious experience, they felt God and whatnot. Because that's sort of what I went through with this. It's possible I misunderstood. It's possible that maybe I doubt it, but maybe I'm an eagle or God, Jesus does exist. But it's also just as possible, which I believe, that these are our minds trying to understand things, trying to explain things, and putting meaning to them. It's sort of that thing we find that, growing up in a Pentecostal church, there are certain experiences that I get still. I've made videos about this, certain music, certain ideas. This dream gave me certain things that could almost be called spiritual experiences. But they contradict the Bible and other ideas. Secular music that would be blasphemous to Christians sometimes gives me the experiences. It's only because each religion tells you that these experiences and feelings are tied to that religion that people connect the dots between them. If you just had these experiences, you might think maybe there's something out there, but you wouldn't tie it automatically to any specific being or deity. And it doesn't mean that it's something there other than just your brain. And I think this is the important. Is that we realize that these feelings and ideas and things we have may very well be silly, stupid. It's possible they're true, but I'm not going to accept the idea of them being true just simply because I felt them or someone else felt God. Because we have many of these misfirings. And I think most Christians would agree that my idea that I'm supposed to be an eagle or something like that is irrational. Unless you're Pentecostal or other fundamentalists, then you might try to say that it's Satan trying to trick me into leaving Christianity or some other nonsense like that. Yeah, and yes, I grew up in that kind of stuff, and for a while I actually thought that kind of stuff. But that's my point here, is that we each hold these things, these ideas. You know, there's a lot of things we don't understand. You know, like the idea of destiny. That when someone grows up, they've always wanted to be a ballerina or a rocket scientist or something like that. You know, that's just something they felt. Maybe there's a rational reason for it, or maybe it's just that's the way the brain worked. The brain connected these dots to feel that one should be a scientist. It doesn't make it irrational or rational. It just means that how much of what we decide, how much of what we do, is just going on feelings and then attributing these feelings to certain things. You know, just as we might attribute, the feeling of wanting to be a scientist as God, fate, destiny, whatever, controlling or giving us what we're supposed to be or do. I don't know. I still, to this day, don't understand why I feel what I have felt these last 22 some odd years. It's irrational, it's stupid, it's silly, but I can't deny them. I can't deny that the feelings are there. And I think understanding that they're most likely irrational and silly helps me to try to address and assess other similar claims or feelings other people have. I don't know. So try to be gentle with me on this. It's a bit personal, the idea of this. I know it's rational, but it's what I feel. I might do more videos on this, I'm not sure, but let me know your thoughts. I'd like to know what you guys think of this. And the general idea, period.